All right, cyber traders, welcome on back here this Tuesday afternoon, February 13th. Once again, happy Valentine's Day to all the ladies out there inside our live trading room and, of course, on YouTube as always. But great to see all of us here alike, the ladies and the gents. Great to see Margaret with us here. Mark, in fact, as well. Got Brian with us and all of our students and members alike inside our trading room. Just this ILAG trade, little pop just before this meeting started. Of course, we would hope to see it stick a lot better and not make this big drastic pullback here. But such is the case with most of these trades that we've been calling out. They are pops and drops. So with that said, great to see Ron, Leda, Margaret, Mark, Grant, Amy, Ravina, Leda, all of our students there. And if you're on social media, Facebook Live or LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, etc. Bottom left at Cyber Trading You, just be a friend, tell a friend, look to follow or subscribe to us right there below. Now, with that said, I don't like this pullback on ILAG. We're going to just kind of put this on our side list at least to begin. I was hoping to see it stick a lot better, but I mean, I'll tell you what, if it's not this ILAG trade, we've done so well across the entire day, really from the get-go, from pre-market into the open. We know that the market has dropped off all throughout the given day today. In fact, just broke a lower low just up until now, and maybe we can get a bounce heading into the afternoon. Well, hey, with the markets dropping, we ended up actually doing really well on this ETF UVXY. This goes contradictory to what the S&P and the Dow basically do, and we ended up seeing this make a nice pop in the morning, broke a higher high later on, but again, just going back to what we've been trading from last week into yesterday with BMR. If it's not one, it will be another. And we covered the DBGI trade at least earlier today in Traders Talk. That was a beautiful move from $9 up to basically $12.70. We covered that trade from head to toe for the most part. But now look at what it's doing here. Making a lower high, that 9 level where we took the trade from, it broke as support. Support became resistance. That was called out right there. And with that said, breaking lower here. So a lot of these trades we're not going to really put back on our watch list. There is one that I've been calling out for a little bit just in our trading room. And you can see on the bottom right there, been a great trade really off the opening print line at 255, 256. It's still holding here, BTAI. It's been moving up really nicely across the mid to late morning and since. But, just before I was looking for the hold of support from 256. And that was the opening bell print from this morning. Really the combination between 256 and 250, the line that you see on my chart. So for now, hey, I don't mind putting this stock on our main watch list here for right now. BTAI has a penny spread, obviously cheap, but it's more the fact that it's liquid. It has a penny spread, good volume out there on the order book. Ron's saying that's tomorrow in relation to probably Valentine's Day. Well, I gotta make sure that you get the roses ready, Ron, just before you and Mark, all the guys here in the trading room. I gotta make sure that everyone's ready to go for that. That's my pre-Valentine's Day message there. Now, with that said, hey, BTAI on our watch list for now. Hopefully this holds here. If this tanks during this meeting, then we'll definitely find out sooner than later. Just bottom right there. But let's go right from top to bottom and see what we could add to our watch list. Again, markets have been dropping off, but we've had a phenomenal week already, and probably going to catch one or two other pop and drop type of trades out there. Here's the thing. When we see a stock like BGLC, though, get halted umpteen times on the way up and another 6 or 7 times on the way down, you don't want to really follow this type of trade. I mean, it's cheap, but comparative to the BTAI stock, I mean, the order book is horrible on this one, and it looks like it gets halted every 5 seconds. So we're not trying to trade this type of craziness. I'm going to pass on this definitely for now. And more so for the sake of this, just kind of pulling back, beginning to break lower here. We'll pass on the DBGI2. OMH, hey, had a great trade on this, more from the pre-market, but then ended up leading to a little bounce throughout the early morning session after 9:30. But again, failed to break higher, pulled back, broke lower. Has a good order book for now. This was a good trade, at least from earlier today. Let me keep it moving. I mean, when you take a look at the long-term graphs here, folks, like this is the weekly chart. You could use a weekly graph. You could use a daily graph, of course, more notably. When you see these giant wicks up and down, you know that history is likely to repeat itself. So it's a pop and drop type of trade, right? Hollow, HOLO, pop earlier this morning. I guess it's trying to work its way back up right now, actually. Listen, if you did well on this stock from a few days back, from last week, or from earlier this morning, I'm not going to force you to not trade it. You know who you are if you did well on this trade from earlier today. Same to be said with BMR, but this isn't looking nearly as good now. So, I'm going to pass on both personally. I like the BTAIs of the world for right now. See if that could look a lot better. CADL. What's this? Zooming out on my 1 minute chart here. I guess it's trying to eke back up a little bit, but I'm, again, not really a fan of the order book. For a cheaper stock, you got to be seeing at least a pretty tight spread. If you're going to have like a 4 or 5 cent spread as a dollar, $2 stock, that's pretty wacky to me. It's not really my type of trade. ADVM, this was a great trade for us back last week. It's actually creeping back up to the highs here, isn't it? Tradable, good spread, good order book. Wouldn't kill us, wouldn't hurt us to add the stock to our main list. It's not like we have a lot of stocks already on there for now. So I guess this makes the cut. I even want something a little bit more lively even than what this is doing here. So you got to find that solid middle ground. LABD, another inverse ETF, bearish biotech ETF. There's LABU, LABD. So this is moving like UVXY, the other ETF. Maybe not as sharp recently here, but starting to break a new HOD. Again, doesn't hurt us to add that one as well. So we got 4 stocks or 4 tickers on our list here so far. Damn, scanner's refreshing on me here briefly. I just had the trade a second ago. There we go. PTPI. What's this looking like? Not too good. All right. So you got Man U, Manchester United, Footy Club, TripAdvisor. Not much happening there. All right. So again, markets are dropping off. For as much as we did, or for as well as we did earlier this morning, I got to go from top to bottom on the gainer side first. So let's see if there's any good shorts that could break lower with the market, perhaps. Jeez. SBFM, I don't know. They got to weed through the price column, I guess. Got a bunch of cheapies down huge. You're not really going to try and trade those. GTHX, it wasn't too close to the ground floor, but looking pretty flat here. SSRM. Okay, so this one was a phenomenal drop this morning, shortly after the market opened up. It was easy to borrow. So, you know what? I didn't check the news out on this trade. Let me just check this here really briefly. I know that Rich had posted it before. So we got the news, but it's not the actual headline. It's really just the alert on the halt. That's all that we had there. So let me just check Benzinga Pro really briefly. Just a quick heads up for right now, folks. Actually, coming up Thursday this week, you got Fausto on Benzinga Pro's webinar series. So we'll look to post the link for that for Mark and Anthony and Ron and all of our students there. So this is their news feed, their news section, SSRM. You take a look. Just get rid of that crap. All right, what do we got? Just checking the news here. Craters after Copler mine operations suspended. And that's the news snippet to go along with it. Of course, our student Mark posted that in the chat just like a second ago. I just wanted to demonstrate the news feed here at least. So, Fausto will show a lot more of this coming up on Thursday, but nevertheless, dropped off pretty sharply this morning. Starting to lead to a little dead cat bounce here, isn't it? So I really like this trade. This seems to be like near the top of our watch list for right now. This and the BTAI trade, both of them, I like a lot. This is down enough percentage-wise, and it was from earlier, to look for that potential squeeze, and we're starting to get it right now. Now, the question is, how much more do we have left? Is it going to just falter out and pull back below 4 here soon, or do we continue to see higher lows and get the higher high over time? All right, so really quickly, let's keep going, folks. See what else we got here. Children's Place ended up making a great squeeze back up over the last 2 days, but back down once again. So very good short this stock was once again this morning with the market drop off. Really quick, Snapchat. Yeah, this one did drop off, didn't it? I barely even brought this up in the audio commentary in the morning. It was like a 2 cent win, or it was like this is a break even trade. It went nowhere. Just I wanted to go short and it ended up making the drop off, but damn, this took way too long in terms of time. I'm just kind of relating to a stock that had gapped down over the last week off of earnings with the market dropping off. So Children's Place here was a really good short this morning. I'm not really too interested in it now. Snapchat, not down 5% or more, but it's at the lows, dropping with the market. It's tradable, but I just think it's a little too slow, and it has been from the morning. TDC, what else we got here on the loser side? Got a lot, actually, that's easy to borrow. Sleep Number, SNBR, I think, right? HPP, a little slow. This is dropping off at least a little bit here and there. Just a little slow, though. FGen, the stock was a good short squeeze over the last couple weeks there. And then ALT. ALT actually I like. I'm going to add ALT to our main list, down over 20%, making lower highs. I think that we could see direction continue at least for now, and we'll see what happens off of $8. All right, so I'll tell you what, we got a really good list to work with right now, folks. Just running from the gainers list through the losers side. In total, we got about 4 equities. We got 2 ETFs on top, 6 tickers in total. Let's see if there's anything else looking good from Benzinga, from you folks here in the chat, or from our side list here, the ILAG, right? We kind of put this on the side, said we'd come back to it. You tell me, this thing's on it. Put this thing's on a 9-cent spread as a 90-cent stock. Are you kidding me? That is ridiculous. So, yeah, we're going to write this off here for right now, folks. We're going to hard pass. Check the scanners here for right now. DBGI, LAES, BMR, blah, blah, blah. So some of these we've already touched upon. EDVM on our list. A lot of these we've already covered, though, like DBGI, OMH, BMR. They're all pretty much washed up at this point, especially if it's on like a 15, 20-cent spread. If it already popped and pulled back pretty hard, there's no real need to try and go back to the well on that. They typically just continue to pull back over time. I thought there was one. Oh, yeah, the LAES. This one I actually didn't go into just yet. It's pretty flat, though, for right now. Not up really 5% or more. So I'm going to pass on it for right now here, the LAES. All right, so, folks, I think that's pretty much it. That's all I got for us for right now. Actually, a really decent watch list here for the close. Mark saying car is pricey, but down big time. It is. Yeah, Mark, let me ask you, you short on this trade? Avis Budget Group? Mark's killed it for this month so far. He says he is not. Well, it's a pretty good short, but just, obviously the issue is just the spread. It's not even as much the price. Like AMD will trade up and down because a stock like AMD, it's on a 1 cent spread or maybe a 2-3 cent spread at most. So like that's where you get killed on these trades. That's the only reason I wouldn't really put this on our watch list, Mark. But otherwise, yeah, it's down big at the lows. If anyone's in from earlier, you're probably killing it. All right, but folks, hey, current time is just about 2:45, so I will be back on myself in just about T-15. For all of us on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, etc. At CyberTradingU is the handle. Be a friend, tell a friend. Look to follow and subscribe. Just spread the good word of Cyber Trading University. We are educating all of our students here inside our trading room how to follow the big money, looking for orders out there across level 3 and level 4, namely. But if you're interested in joining us inside our live trading room, testing our room out for a week, just scan the QR code on the top left of the stream with your phone, with your camera. Get your week-long access to our live trading room. Audio commentary hosted by myself and the man himself, that is Fausto. And, that goes Monday through Friday, each and every day of the week. So with that in mind, I will be back on at 3 o'clock coming up soon for all of our students, and we will go from there, folks. All right, I will talk to everybody shortly. Take care.